Hi, welcome back to the W2 Prison Break Show. It's just going to be me today, and I just have some thoughts. I'm not going to keep you long, but I really am passionate about this topic today that I wanted to discuss, which is developing mental toughness, working on mindset growth. And I just have a few thoughts here. Before we get started, I do want to uh, show my appreciation and gratitude for you tuning in each and every week and supporting the show. It does mean a great deal to me, whether you're watching on YouTube or if you're listening on Spotify or Apple or wherever you like to listen to your podcast. I do appreciate you supporting the show and our mission to educate and inspire 1 million people to quit their W-2 job and start the business of their dreams by the end of 2026. It is my firm belief that you can start a business around your passion. This show is dedicated to giving you the tools and the resources to transform your life and your mindset to get to that point. And one of them is mindset. There's a lot of talk about mindset, probably to the point where you might be sick of hearing about it, but I'm just going to give you some really easy, simple, and free ways to work on becoming mentally strong, because you're going to need that in your life, especially if you're going from leaving a job to starting a business, and you're just going to need it anyway. I mean, I think a lot of us are just not mentally tough. Our mindset growth is not a priority in our life, and we need to make that a priority in your life. And look, mindset growth is a constant process. You'll be working on this for the rest of your life. You should be working on it for the rest of your life. And the first thing I want you to do is simply acknowledge and accept the fact that when it comes to your mindset, you're just simply not where you want to be right now. And that's okay. Give yourself a little bit of grace, let that go, and move forward. Okay. Because commit to working on your mindset on a daily basis. So let go of the past. There's nothing you can do about it. Seriously, there's nothing you can do about what happened yesterday or 2 years ago or 10 years ago or 20 years ago. You can't change that. What you can do is decide and commit what you're going to do from here on out. And that is the decision to be able to do that is what makes you powerful, and no one can take that away from you. No one can ever take away the power for you to decide. So decide and commit today that you're going to work on your mindset for the rest of your life. And it is a process, okay? It's not something that is going to change overnight. So set the realistic expectation. The first thing to do is to acknowledge and accept where you are right now. And it's okay that you're not where you want to be. Look, my mindset, my mind, my growth, my mental stability is much better than it was 3 years ago, but it's not where I want it to be. But I'm committed to working on it, and I work on a daily basis. Okay, the first thing, I'm gonna give you four things that you can add into your life right now that will help you with your mental toughness. These are all free, these are all easy to do. And I would recommend, out of the four things, you don't have to add them all at once. Okay. You can add one at a time and kind of stack as you get comfortable, as you develop a new habit. And that's what these are. These are habits that you're going to carry with you for the rest of your life. The first one is gratitude. Okay. Every morning when you wake up, you have a decision. You can either decide that you're going to be happy and grateful and win the day, or and win life ultimately, or you can be miserable. That's a choice. No one can take that away from you. You get to decide. No matter what's coming at you in your life, you have the power to decide how you're going to react. And that nothing has been more true than that. Okay. Don't let anyone take that away from you. The power for you to make a decision, especially how you're going to run your day. So something that I do early in the morning, or right when I wake up, right when my eyes open, is this has become a habit. Like, I feel weird not doing it, is to choose to be grateful for the things that I have in my life. The first is the fact that I just woke up. I got another shot at this life. I can breathe. I can put my own 2 feet on the ground and step out of bed and walk. I have a roof under my head. I have my family. I have my wife and my son. I have people that care about me. I have a warm house. Some people don't have those things, that all those things that I just mentioned that we can easily take for granted. I recognize and acknowledge them every single morning. That takes 30 seconds. That's it. And as I'm walking downstairs, I'm still doing it. I'll say silly things like, "Hey, thank you for these stairs." It's just putting myself in the mindset that I'm going to be grateful. I'm choosing to be grateful. I'm not choosing to be like, "Oh, I'm so tired. I have to go to work. I got to go do this thing. I don't want to deal with this." It's like that is the easiest way to start you on a new trajectory and path to mindset mastery or excellence, if you will. Do that for 30 seconds in the morning and then do it right before you go to bed. Same thing. What was the one thing that you were grateful for? One or two things that you were grateful for that particular day, whether it was a hug from your significant other or your child or whatever it was awesome. Acknowledge that versus even if you had a terrible day, acknowledge, be grateful for what happened that was positive. Okay. You do that for 30 days, you will form the habit and it will pour over into other areas of your life. I promise you. The second thing is meditation. Again, this is free. This is easy to do. And you can implement it in steps. Okay. Now, the first time I heard about meditation, I was like, "You got to be kidding me with this. I can't sit here and breathe for 20 minutes. Like this doesn't work for me." And I had it all wrong. That's not what meditation is about. Meditation is about getting yourself back to center. It's a practice. Number one, you will never perfect it. You'll never perfect it. It's about being aware of your thoughts, of what's happening in your body, breathing, and being able to control your breath. Because again, you can control your breath. So the benefit of meditation long term, okay, is number one, awareness. You're aware of what's happening in your body. You're aware of the thoughts that are coming in and out of your head because there's so many of them, and that's okay. But you can always go back to the breath, right? Super important for the times in your life where you're going to have challenges thrown at you. Life's going to punch you right in between the eyes. Okay. It's going to happen multiple times for the rest of your life. And having a meditation practice and being able to, instead of reacting back and jamming life back right in the nose, which sometimes might be necessary. I say that facetiously, but ultimately you have a second because you've developed this skill of awareness and taking a breath and being like, "Okay, something just happened to me. I got to take a minute here." And a lot of times when those moments happen to us, when life just jams you right between the eyes and you go right into reaction mode, sometimes you make the wrong decision. So that's what meditation will do for you if you stick with it and you practice, is you can come back to center, take a breath, and then be in a position where maybe you make a better decision. All right. It's had profound effects on my life in that regard because I was the guy who punched life right back in the nose and I made some bad decisions as a result of doing that. Meditation, you can do 90 seconds in the afternoon. It's a good way to break up your day. You can do it in the morning, whatever, but add to it 3 minutes, then bump it up to 5, bump it up to 10. You can go longer if you want. I typically go more than 10 minutes, and it's guided. Like I have a guided meditation so that they're guiding you through it. You hear a voice in your ears. I use an app called Calm, CALM, and it's super helpful. All right. So add that into your life. And again, you can stack these. You don't have to do it all tomorrow. Just pick one thing and start doing it tomorrow. If you want your life to change, you have to do something different. If you want a different result, you have to do something different. You're not going to get a different result doing the same thing over and over again. All right. The third thing is affirmations. Again, this is free and easy to do. You just have to spend the time and the effort. Okay. And affirmations are I am statements. Okay. And one of my, and I would develop these I am statements for all the areas of your life that you're looking to improve or that you're not necessarily 100% satisfied with. So, health, wealth, fitness, you want better relationships, whatever it is, write affirmations for those specific things. I am the best father in the world. I am the best husband in the world. I'm reading mine, by the way. I am just as worthy, deserving, and capable of achieving my ideal outcome as anyone on this planet. And I will prove that today with my actions. Notice how that affirmation is I will, I am. Okay. And read them, write them out, take the time to write them out. I have 9 that I read every single day. I've been reading them for years. And you will start to program your mind. You're training your mind to think differently. Again, instead of I can't, or I'm not good enough, or I can't pull that off, or that doesn't work for me, it's I am, I am, I am. I can, I do, I will. Read them out loud. Read them out loud. There's power when you read them out loud. The other thing you could do is record them, read them, and record them to your phone. Okay. And listen to them as you're waking up in the morning as part of your routine. I have a future statement that I listen to, which is much more long-winded and it, encompasses all of the goals and priorities that I want to achieve for the year. But you could do that with your affirmations. You could just listen to them. But I would definitely recommend reading them out loud. And you could do it multiple times a day if you want. But again, do that every single day for the next 30 days. Watch how your life changes. The fourth thing is visualization. This, I struggle with this. Okay. This is probably the hardest one out of the mindset work that I just have the most difficulty with. And if you listen to the podcast I had with Dr. Joe Vitale, and I would highly recommend that you do that, where he coached me up on how to manifest my house in Mexico that I want to buy, which I have a graphic of it in my office. And he said, so visualization is basically mental images in the brain, right? Like you want something, you want $1 million. Close your eyes, visualize the picture in your head of the $1 million in your bank account. Look at a graphic image, whether it's, I have a $100 million stack of bills on my desk. It's not real. I bought it off Amazon, but I have that on my desk. It's that graphic image is in front of me all the time. I've written a check to myself for $100 million. And I look at when I do my visualization practice, I look at that dollar amount in my bank account, and I try to get as clear as possible and specific as possible. What Dr. Joe helped me with was for the house in Mexico. He's like, "Hey, picture yourself walking through the house. You're having a scotch and a cigar with me. You're doing this podcast interview in the house. Who are you with? Like, what are the walk through the house, like doing a tour of the house?" So get specific with the visualization. And again, this is not something that has to be difficult. It's only a minute or so that you can implement at any given time. You could do it like right after you do your meditation because you're kind of in that calming, that calming mode. You could do it whenever. I mean, I do it right after because I do gratitude. I do meditation in the afternoon, and then I'll do affirmations in the morning, and then the visualization in the morning because it's quiet. Everyone else is asleep. You got to find out what works best for you. But those are 4 things that you can start doing tomorrow. It doesn't cost you anything but your time. But the compound effect of doing those things over a period of time, you're going to have such a tremendous gift given to you, being mentally strong. And even if you just did one of them, if I had to pick one, I would say gratitude. Because I think most people are of the mindset of they're playing like the victim role. Like all this stuff's happening to me, I got to react to it. Those are the thoughts in the head. All the stuff that I got to do when I wake up in the morning. Like I don't want to deal with this day. Versus let's get out and let's get after it. I'm grateful for this. I'm up, I'm alive. I could be in a much different situation than a lot of other people in the world right now. I'm choosing to be grateful. Gratitude is a choice. Happiness is a choice. Happiness is not something that happens to you. It is a choice. Okay. And I want you to think about that. Okay. You can choose to be happy in the most miserable of conditions, the most miserable of situations. It is a choice when you decide you are powerful. Okay. So, final thoughts here. I told you I was going to keep it short. Hopefully, I did. Mindset growth is a constant process. You're never going to have mindset mastery. It's a process. You have to continually work at it for the rest of your life. Commit, let go of the past, be aware, accept and acknowledge the fact that you're not where you are right now. And that is 100% okay. And you get on the path to mindset growth, mindset excellence. Being mentally strong is going to serve you and your loved ones and your family and the people that you know for such a long period of time. And you're just going to feel a lot better. Because isn't that what we all want? We just want to feel better. So implement these 4 things. I appreciate you tuning in, watching the show, listening to the show. If you'd like this, please do share with someone who maybe needs some of uh, these strategies implemented in their life. And as always, I hope you have an excellent, excellent day.